Hello folks. Good taste, tick. Subtlety, tick. No, not today. Who said homage watches have to be tasteful or subtle? In this case, the original watch is neither of those things. This is a homage of a Patek Nautilus, one of the most expensive watches in the world. A watch that, more than any other, probably says, I'm a millionaire. Look at me, I've got considerably more money than you. Well, this cost a tiny amount of money. And in the spirit of going big or going home, I brought home one that's gold tone. So anyway, without much further ado, let's have a look at the unboxing. And let's have a laugh at the name.
Hello people, here's my parcel arrived, slightly longer than usual from China. Ordered this on the 4th of March and it arrived on the 28th of March. Now normally it's been just over a week, so that's a bit longer than normal. Anyway, let's get on with this unboxing. First thing to say is, I'm not used to hearing the watch rattling around inside the box. That doesn't bode well. Let's make sure there's no horrors awaiting within. Unboxing knife. Right, this is an unusual box. We have a cardboard box with a red lizard skin effect on it, with the, now I don't know how we're going to go on with this, LGXIGE. Now I've heard this pronounced LGXIGE, and I think maybe I'll go with that, but I think maybe it's meant to be LGXIGE, and there's a sort of stylised crown motif above that. Anyway, bit of a mouthful this one. Perhaps it's using the Latin alphabet to write a common Chinese word that has a nice meaning, but I don't think this works well in the non-Chinese speaking market, and possibly, well, I don't know. Very unusual name. There we are, inside the box here. We've got the usual international guarantee card, which as usual has nothing on it, so isn't any use to anybody. Just a piece of waste plastic. It is actually made of plastic, which is quite good. And the watch itself on a cushion. Now, cushion leatherette material. Nothing more to be said there. There's no manual or anything with the watch. And here we have our LGXIGE watch in gold tone. Nice weight. We'll pop it on the scale in just a minute and see how much it weighs after I've done my plastic and sticker peel. Don't mind peeling this one off. I know you all like this one. Here we go. Whee! That's a good one. Unfortunately, it has the usual shroud across the bracelet, so I'm going to shut the camera off and remove that off camera because it's always such a faff. Here we are then, unshrouded. Don't know if the camera will catch this. The focus is a little slow on this one. Black face with the decking style dial. LGXIGE with stainless steel underneath it. Date window at 3 o'clock. Quartz movement clearly, and you see it ticking away there. Hey, if you bought the automatic, it would almost have been exactly the same as a real Nautilus. Case and integral bracelet. Case mainly brushed with polished accents on the side bevels. All in all, quite nice and quite weighty feeling. Let's put it on the scale and see how we get on. For that to 0. Right, unsized for my wrist, that's 157 grams. Okay folks, time to do some measuring. Got the calipers here. Now, unusual case shape with these jowls on either side. So we'll measure across them first. In fact, I'll do a measurement across, including the crown. 45.1 millimeters. If I just do the jowls, 43.1, and if, as I usually do with a standard case, I do the diagonal, 41.9. Now, the watch itself, the lugs point downwards at the end, so the lug to lug's a little bit harder to estimate, but we'll go there. 46.3 lug to lug. But I've got to warn you, the bracelet is quite stiff and doesn't conform the way, for example, a Jubilee does. So one might find it a bit difficult to get a good size if you have a smaller wrist. I'm 7 and a bit inches. Now the thickness of the watch is 11.9. Now I'm not going to do a lug width because that lug width isn't representative of anything because it's an integral strapped watch. But what I will do is I'll say that the watch is at the bracelet at the lug is 24.4 and it tapers down to 17.2 at the butterfly clasp. Now the butterfly clasp doesn't have external buttons, just that flap that holds it in place, or is meant to hold it in place anyway, we shall see, with LGXIGE or LGXIGE, as I think it's probably meant to be called. And that doesn't really add anything to the width. The pivots on that 20 millimeters, a millimeter either side. So there you have it. That's the dimensions of the watch. I'll let you have a closer look at that decking style dial texture, decoration, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see you in a while with the review of the watch. Bye for now.